And here's your order, little lady.
Oh, well, this is cold, though.
Why, yes, revenge is a dish best served cold.
But this is, like, too cold. Like, it's frosted.
Oh, we also have gazpacho, sushi, ice cream, or a salad. Those are also best served cold.
Oh, can I get a sushi ice cream salad with the gazpacho on the side?
Why, yes, you can. Welcome to the sweet restaurant of revenge.
I didn't know this was a dinner and a show. Sorry, I don't think. Take my plate back. I don't want it.
Well,
get in here.
My name is Curly.
And I'm Maya.
And welcome to the Super Secret Bestie Club podcast.
A super secret club where we talk about super secret things.
Yeah, like secrets that are super.
That's what it is.
In each episode, we'll talk about love, friendship, heartbreaks, men, and of course, our favorite secrets. Get in here!
Welcome back to another episode of the Super Secret Bestie Club podcast. I feel so fortunate and lucky I get to do this with my best friend, Carlitos, El Sagab, Velasquez.
I knew you were going to say Velasquez. Velasquez.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, am I allowed to say that on the internet? They have
Who cares?
Me, huh?
I don't know. Who cares? How's your spirit?
My spirit's good. I'm highly caffeinated, and yet I could like fall asleep. It's like pretty hot in LA right now, so I could just be like,
I could fall in love.
I'm out late at night when all the world, and it's like 2 p.m. What about you?
My spirit is good. I have like this Lizzie McGuire cup that I got from Disneyland a while ago, and it just makes me happy every time I see it.
These are like our personalities in our cups.
Mine's like
Cheers.
Fashion all over it. I wear like the same shirt every single day.
And this was like my grandma's cup, so I was like, this is like my proper senora cup.
We used to have cups like that. We used to have like the pots and pans and everything. Nostalgic.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You know what? For your lies and your insolence,
every single time I do that, you always do that shit. Like, no,
revenge.
You didn't. Then I'm like, did you gaslight me?
Oh yeah,
you heard it here first.
It's just so funny to me to petty gaslight people. Because it's so dumb.
For someone who's been gaslit, I literally was like, wait, did I? And I'm like, yeah, you did. No, stop. You did.
It's really funny when I do it to people when it like just happened and they're like, oh yeah, I had the lasagna at dinner. I'm like, that wasn't lasagna, bro. That was like gazpacho or whatever. I don't know.
Well, that would bring us into our topic because now I want revenge.
Sweet revenge. Sweet, sweet revenge.
Is it alarming that we can both do really great villain laughs too?
I think yours is good. I think mine.
Do one.
I have
right now.
mine is sweet. Mine is like. I think if I was a villain, that's probably how I would laugh, bro.
This is mine. Ready?
I got you, little girl.
Good.
Well, we brought up this topic because we were thinking like we haven't been petty in a while. We haven't been like fun and petty in a minute, and we were like, it's time to get a little petty. We're feeling a little frisky today, and we brought up the topic of revenge. So basically, I asked ChatGPT because people always say that revenge is the dish best served cold, and I was like, what? Where did that even come from? So basically, the phrase revenge is a dish best served cold is often attributed to the novel Les Leçons d'Interron, it's French, by author Pierre Chaudelet de Laclos. It's also written by a French person. It's published in 1782. In the novel, Vicomte de Beaumont writes in a letter, La vengeance est un plat qui se mange froid, which translates to...
Why you sound good? Why it sounds good?
Which translates to revenge is a dish that is best eaten cold. And so it's been something around, and I always think it as like, you know, revenge has got to be a little heartless. It's got to be conniving. It's got to be like like you're not really thinking about the other person so much. You're just kind of in the heat of the moment, and you want the other person to feel
suffer
what it is that you felt.
You want justice. Revenge to me means, it's like in the movies when you see why the villain turns into a villain. Like, it's the reason for their villain era, and it's usually due to like them getting some sort of traumatic event happens, right? And I feel like that happens. We all have these traumatic events in our lives, and we have all thought about getting revenge on people. And it's just getting yours. It's just getting back at them, or being a little petty, or, you know, we're not talking about any harmful stuff. Okay, we're talking about things that are like, you know, have I thought about like, I don't know, writing a long doc about the way someone was mean to me in the 4th grade and calling Rosalva out? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I won't.
But you won't. Because we're grown. You know what I feel like? I've never really necessarily had like a thing about revenge so much. Like, I don't think I've always just, but I have wanted to see justice. Like, I have wanted to see, like, that's not fair. Like, how did that person do this when they're like a terrible person? Or how did like this person win something when they like, you know, bullied their way to the top? Or they, what do people say when they, not, what's the saying that people say all the time? Like, like they like stomped on them or something all the way. People on the way to the top. You stepped on people. You stepped on people. We're so pure. We don't even know what it means. We don't even know what it is. But yeah, like, I do feel like it's kind of like something that is a universal human trait, right? To kind of feel like someone hurt me and I kind of want to hurt them back in a way, which is kind of not a bad thing either. Because what do you teach your kid? Like, if I had a little kid, he's at preschool, and then somebody hits that little kid and boops him on the head. What do you say? Like,
yeah, what do you say?
Pégale de regreso. Like, hit him back. You know, like. Is it? You would say that? Yeah, I would say that. That's what my parents used to say to me. My parents would be like,
I know.
Like, see, like, you know.
That's what my tias would say to me.
Yeah.
They'd be like, pull her hair back.
Yeah, and
scratch
they would
her.
say, sometimes they would say hit him first.
Have you ever wanted revenge?
I feel like, I'm not sure that yeah, of course I want revenge, actually. Of course. Oh my God. In a perfect world. I remember one time I was talking to my grandma and she said, like, what's like one thing that I forgot what she said. Oh, I was asking her if she would ever sleep with a married man. And she was like, of course I would. And I was like, why? And she was like, por la venganza? Because that's when I learned the word venganza was that day. I was like, abuela. Mind you, I was like already in my 30s.
See, and I love that you learned that word in that way, because it's gonna.
Like, yeah, what's venganza? She's like, revenge. I'm like, why? Who are you taking revenge on? It's like not even. You don't know this other woman. Right. Yeah, I definitely. Yeah, of course, I wanted revenge, and I feel like they're. On who? Oh, I think it's more so of like, I want them to hurt as much as they hurt me. Like, they're usually for people who have just been so horrible to me and made me feel like shit. And I've always been like, oh, I want them to like lose their job, or I want them to like someone to find out what they did to me or what they've done to other people and be outed on the internet or like anything like that. But I think every single time I think I have like inserted myself in a situation, it's always, no matter if I was in the right and I was withholding or not holding like information that was true, it always blows up in your face. Yeah.
Because there's something with my coding where that's just not how we work. That's not how my spirit works. My spirit does not work to call your ass out, to do like there. It's already being done, and we'll get to that later, because I feel like that's a big thing of like, so have we ever acted on it?
Well, we have like a little like outline that we follow, that we read for like our notes, and it says like, have you ever wanted revenge? And me, it says Curly all the time. Yes, with brujeria. Like, it's what I do when I pray is like, I want revenge, but I don't want it to come from me. Like, I don't want to be the instrument or the vessel that has pushed that energy out or that has wanted it. It's just more like, look, Lord.
Look, Lord. Look it, Lord. Lord, look it.
I said, look, Lord, and my neighbor went downstairs. She went, ah. It was so loud. But, you know, I feel like I want to put it out there that this is what I think. I think there's been an injustice, is what I say with my brujeria. There's been an injustice, and I hope that whatever is out there will see to it that justice is served. You know what I mean? Yes,
absolutely. Because I understand that whatever was done to me was not actually done to me. We're all mirrors of each other. We are a collective. So whatever you've done to me, in some way, I have either it's very that. Yeah. Very that. Whatever you've done to me, like, I've learned from it already. I've grown from it. Like, it's a lesson. You know, it's not that that there are bad people and that I need revenge. It's I think that was like my younger unhealed self wanting them to completely fail because they made me feel a certain type of way. Yeah. Whatever you wish on somebody else, girl, it comes back to you. It's like an exchange. It's like, like I said, we're all mirrors of each other. So if there's some beef that we have, there's obviously, I'm triggering you, you're triggering me. Like, we are reflections of each other. So if I want you to fail, then I'm like, I don't want any of that. I don't want to send any energy like that to anyone, because it's energy. And there's currency with energy, and I want to conserve my energy for myself.
Yeah, I do feel like there's certain instances, right? Like, if it's like somebody messes with your kid, you're gonna want to boop them in the face too, right?
Oh, like, there's different levels for sure.
There's different levels, I think, in terms of like revenge, right? Like, I think that there's certain things that it's kind of good to have that in you, where you're like, you want to fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you back. Like, you want to fuck, like, I think that there's a level of like self-respect that goes in it in a lot of ways too, where you can kind of go like, you fucked with my shit, like, I'll show you what's up, you know? I think that you have to kind of have a healthy boundary and an understanding, though, of like how much of that energy takes you over, right? Like, what is going to happen with you and your stuff? Because like, there's some things like I watched, not to get like too morbid, but I watched this thing about somebody who was talking to like a murderer, and he was like, you know, I had to forgive this person that murdered one of my loved ones, and because he needed to let that energy go and all that stuff. And I was kind of like, couldn't be me, wouldn't be me. Like, I don't have enough forgiveness in my heart to deal with anybody who is like, you know, kind of who dicked me over that bad, where they took somebody that I love or they hurt somebody that I love in that way.
Oh, and
so I think that in those aspects, like,
that's different for sure. Like, girl, I'd be fucking... You touch my kid, you mess with my child, my sibling, my friend. Mm-hmm. I am
slashing some tires.
I am doing some things I don't want to incriminate myself for.
Putting bologna all over your car.
I'm doing something that whatever, you know, FBI. This is funny jokes.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever heard that if you put bologna on people's cars overnight that it ruins the paint? Is that true? Have you heard that before?
I haven't. But one time someone egged my car because I posted about my new car on social media.
I used to egg people's houses when I was a teenager. Not because I didn't like them, but because I just wanted to egg something.
Did you egg my car?
It was me.
In Arizona? And I knew who did it, and I'm still friends with them. And you know what my revenge is for them? Is that I'm a nice person.
Wow. Say who it was. Say it right here.
I'm not. But I've always been thinking of addressing it to them, being like, You guys egged my car, didn't you? Just say it. Just say that you guys were hating ass bitches at the time. You were afraid and sad that I was leaving Arizona to pursue my dreams in Hollywood and being successful at it. Just say that. My revenge is here and now.
You know what? That's true.
This.
That's right. That's what I was gonna say too. Like, does revenge? Do you ever accomplish what it is that you want with revenge?
I think when I am like, oh, I want to get them back. I'm at my lowest frequency, the lowest of low. I want them to hurt, not physically, but emotionally in the way that I did. And you know what's kind of messed up and crazy is like when these people have hurt me, I did learn from it. And I did get better from it, you know?
Yeah.
Like I am a different person from it. I know. And would I have, if I had seen them kind of get theirs or whatever, I just let it happen. Like, universe, God, take care of it. You obviously, universe and God and whoever else, created that human being with an intention not to just hurt people, but to teach. Same thing with me. So I just want to also let you know, ring the bell, the alarm. They're not being nice down here. Yeah. They're not being nice to anyone.
So you're a tattletale.
So, sir, I also did the homework from last night, too. Did anyone else?
Yeah. I feel like for me, like, revenge is, again, sometimes you do want to do it, right? Sometimes you do feel it. But I think that for me personally, like I always say, under the ordinary circumstances, right? We're not talking about someone messing with your money or messing with your family. We're just talking about something petty. Like, I think that, like, working on yourself is always going to be the best revenge. Like, you know, like, looking really good and walking into, I don't know, the Target and you running into like, okay, with me and like all my exes, right? Like, some of my exes and some of their people, some of their new boyfriends some of them I have met and they are lovely. And other ones I have just been like I've seen the new boyfriends and I've been like, you thought you could beat me? Sounds kind of like that villain from like Toy Story.
Hercules.
Oh, Hades.
Those Hercules. Oh,
but like
like when he summons like the monsters out from.
Oh my God, the
like,
Titans.
Destroy Zeus. Free Zeus.
Yeah.
And then they're going the wrong way. They go, hey, this way. Destroy Zeus. Good times.
So funny.
It is.
But I think that that's what I like. I feel like your happiness, your ability to kind of like brush it off and choose yourself, I think is the best revenge.
Because when we're in that state of wanting to get back at someone, it's because we feel like something was taken from us, and nobody else in this world can ever give us what we give ourselves.
Yeah.
So that's exactly it. You have to give to yourself. So like if I'm feeling like if somebody got a part in a TV show or something that I really wanted, like, first of all, that was never mine to begin with. But second of all, like, okay, I'm feeling this way because I feel like I'm either entitled or deserving of that. That means that I want to work harder in my career. Like, it's always going to point back to yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's never like this person, and I'm talking about very much like petty disputes, like friendship, not bigger things, because if it's bigger things, then lock me up, sir, I did it. What did I do? You'll never know.
But revenge can also look a little bit like smaller too, right? Like if you're like, oh well, it can be petty revenge, right? It can be like, you didn't text me back, so I don't have to text you back. Like, you didn't call me back, so I don't have to call you back. Like, you...
the silent treatment is a big, petty
I don't do
thing.
the silent treatment, do you?
Yes, you do. Everyone does it.
I do not do this. I used to before therapy, but now the silent treatment is super toxic.
Okay, well then maybe that's what that's what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
So thank you, sir.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we all do it. We all do petty little things, but it's also like, how far do we take it? And what are we doing to self-soothe when we feel in those moments that we want to freaking, there have been, oh my God, I literally want to shake out of my, I'm like, feel like I'm going to shake, like just, oh, how many times I have wanted to go on Twitter and say some shit. I've drafted it up and then I will click X, like I will delete it all because I'm like, this is going to do nothing. This is going to do nothing.
Though, if you did publish it.
If I did publish it?
Yeah. It would, to some extent, be a little bit soothing.
No, because I know exactly what comes after that. It's at first a wave of people being like, what? Can you tell me more? What happened? And then when they like, it just is bringing the whole internet and other people into your business. They were not there. Like it just is something that is not like, what I'm trying to say is like, me saying something, yes, in theory would feel like it felt good. What would feel good is saying it to that person's face. Mm-hmm. That would feel good. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I have been there, but I don't think I would ever call anyone out ever on the internet.
Do you feel like people want revenge on you?
Absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like my entire life, people think that I'm fake because of the way I operate, that that I'm playing dumb or that I am too sensitive, that I'm playing a character. This is all stuff that people have said to me, that I'm too sensitive, all this shit. And I think I trigger a lot of people because of my Spanish stuff, because of my body image stuff. And like specifically people, yeah, for sure. I think there's a couple people who for sure want to see me fail. But they're just never going to see that because that's just not in my vocabulary or my ether. So
see, I have trouble.
I go straight to Aries every time. I'm like, they're never going to see that.
Yeah. I feel like for me, I have trouble thinking that people would want revenge on me because I'm kind of like, what did I do? I'm very like, in my head, I'm like, when I rarely go out with people that I don't know besides people that I'm very tight with. And when I do, I keep my conversations so short with people, right? Like how could you form an opinion? I'm with my family all the time. I'm working all the time. Like,
exactly.
When would you ever have any like opinion to be like,
what am I doing? Like, you're hating on me and I'm literally have a podcast with my best friend chilling, drinking my Lizzie McGuire cup. Like,
exactly. And then what do I talk about on the internet? Like my family and being off of alcohol and drugs. Like, what is the thing to be? So for me, I always feel like, even just the thing of like, do I feel the mal de ojo? Even if people give it to me, I don't care. Like, I'm like, oh, what are you hating on? It's like, or like, what have you wanted revenge on me for? Like, one time somebody playfully was like, you took my job. I was going to get hired to do this job and da-da-da-da. And, they were playing, but what if they weren't playing? They were like, I'm going to take his job or something like.
Well, remember that time when somebody tried to get me fired? Like, yes, that is the biggest mal de ojo situation I've had to work through. And I feel like I worked through it by working on myself and really keeping my lane on the straight and narrow, not focusing on anything else. And that was like, and not only that, there's been a couple other things that I feel like out of context, people will totally attack, somebody who has a little bit of influence when they don't know the full story about anything. That is cancel culture. Like it's worked in many ways, but I feel like it's so oversaturated now that it's just kind of like, you guys don't even know what you're arguing about yet. Yeah. Like, I thought we were mad at that person last week. Now it's this person.
Yeah.
I thought they were on the good side last week.
I will say that anybody that I've ever wanted revenge on has always been taken care of by the universe. Like,
yes, and that's what I want to get into too.
Yeah, I feel like whenever, and you kind of had the same situation, like the people that were trying to get us kind of fired or mess with our money, like we kind of just stood down and stood back and just let it like unfold the way that it needed to. And we saw people get fired. Like, you know, there was somebody that used to mess with me, and every day I walk by them, and in my head I used to go trash, and they got fired. Like, but I didn't have to do anything. Like, they kind of just like, you know, put themselves in their own grave, basically.
They will,
and then I danced on it.
And then I spit on it. I'm just kidding. No, it's an ugly feeling when you feel like someone's messing with you. I've never in my life ever bullied, wanted to bully, thought that bullying was like cool to do, or it's when you're feeling so insecure about yourself that you think you have to mess with somebody else's job. That's what it is.
Yeah.
And that's just where, like, oh, that's definitely where I wanted revenge, but I would never. I knew the position that I was working at was really hard to get to, and I knew that I trusted in my own ability, and I knew that this person was gonna fuck their shit up, like you said, in their own way, and they sure did. I didn't have to do anything. Nothing.
Yeah. I feel like just keep praying to your ancestors, keep protecting yourself, and people's habits is their own personal hell, and their own personal hell will kind of like keep them in that sort of space, and that'll be your ultimate revenge, because you will break your habits and you will continue to move forward and grow. But, you know, also people always say like the best revenge is your paper. I don't think that. I don't think the best revenge is your paper. I think the best revenge is, can I be honest
peace.
with you?
What?
I think the best revenge is your health and how good you look. That's what I think. Because if you're out here,
but that's like somebody could look good and look really healthy, but they're actually a terrible person.
Look,
I'm like, I think the best revenge is okay. Yes,
okay,
petty
yeah,
moment. It's not you know, that's just a non-judgment petty moment. I really think it's peace, being at peace. Your peace, because there is nothing like it. There's nothing like feeling like sitting at home, like in your underwear, you know, with the view of your what you have from your apartment, and just like the things around you, my friends, like I feel so loved, like that. And that's some shit that I feel like I don't need to be posting anywhere and being like, look at me, blah, 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 because I feel it. And I know that other person, whoever, is probably not at peace because they don't know how to heal in this way. And I wish that they would.
ChatGPT says that the concept behind the saying of the whole revenge is served cold is that revenge is more satisfying when it is planned and executed with a calm and calculated approach, rather than in the heat of the moment. Allowing time to pass before seeking revenge can give the avenger a sense of control and strategic advantage, leading to a more impactful and calculated response. Which is what I feel like you need with revenge. You need time.
Yes. Time, and it's also like, how are you able to self-soothe in the meantime without focusing your energy on like annihilating someone, or if somebody like, you know, where they're at, like, yeah.
And now for the astrology section. Which sign is the best at revenge, and who's the worst?
I think Aries want to be good at revenge, but they're like, I'm good. Like if it involves a plan that they have to write themselves, they're not doing it. I think they're gonna go towards the easiest option.
I feel like Aries won't do revenge because they'll just sock you in the face then and there.
That's the easiest option. That's what I mean.
Like, there's no.
I will not sock anyone in the face unless.
There's no like. Let me go. I feel like for me, it would be between the earth signs and the water signs who are the most vengeful. Because I feel like earth signs, they just take everything so fucking seriously. Like, you're like, oh my God, like, shut up, like, get over it. And I feel like they'll be kind of like, and they're so stubborn. The earth signs are all, that's, you know, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, they're so stubborn. And so, like, you will see them kind of like take revenge. I think they're the best at serving revenge. But I think water signs, specifically Scorpio and Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer, I think they're going to be like conniving with it.
Oh yeah, it's an art form for them.
Like
it's
they have
an
slowly
artistry.
been poisoning you for days.
Right. And maybe you like it and maybe you don't, but you probably will like it because they also have put a spell on you for you to like it and for you to like them. Air signs, I think, can be good at revenge, but I feel like they're not really interested as much. Because I feel like Geminis will be like, they'll just block. Mm-hmm. And that's it. That's their revenge, is that. And I like that. I recently like blocked somebody from everything because I'm like, I don't really want you to see anything that I'm doing, good or bad. Like, I want to pretend like you never existed ever again.
I was going to say that. I think that's how air signs get revenge. They pretend you never existed. And
that's hurtful.
I think that air signs are just so addicting. Like, their energy is just so, like, it just feels so nice. Like, the Geminis, the Aquarius, the Libras, like, I feel like it feels so nice that, like, if you take away their butterfly energy, like, those soft breezes that come from the wings of a butterfly, like, you fucked up and you don't deserve it, you know?
Yeah. Which one's the worst at revenge?
Like, who you're just like, you're not good at revenge, girl. Go sit down.
Yeah, I think it would be like Leo a little bit.
What? No,
I feel like a little bit.
Revenge. I think Leos would so be good at revenge. I feel like who would be?
I feel like Libras wouldn't care.
I feel like Aquarius. Yeah, I was gonna say Aquarius, like an air sign for sure, would just be like. Aquarius already forgot what you did. They moved on. They're going to pretend like you didn't do anything. They don't care. Like, they're going to be like, whatever. It doesn't matter.
But it's stored in the back of their mind as somebody they'll never, ever fuck with ever again.
It's stored in the back of their mind, and they have not fucked with you. They have not spoken to you since. That is their revenge, for sure. And that concludes the astrology section. Oh, Maya. Revenge. Not revenge. To revenge or not to revenge? How do you plead?
I think I really like what GBT said, that despite these underlying reasons, revenge often doesn't lead to long-term satisfaction. I feel like it's just going to keep adding up and adding up. The more you feel like people have wronged you, or you want to be better than them, or you want to like somehow get back at them, it's all like pointed at them when it needs to be more of what are we doing or what are we not doing, and why are we so upset that this person is like exceeding in this way, or if they're not exceeding in this way, like that's more a reflection on me than it is on them. Like, why am I so concerned with what they're doing? Like, that's a bigger red flag to me, and I feel like has been a huge engine light for me at times when I have been in those spaces, like, oh, really? They're not even going to be good for that. Or they're not, like, why would I even think that? You know, like, why would that thought even come into my mind? Like, I would rather focus on, like, I've been saying, that's great. But, I would like that too. And I would like that experience too. That's awesome. Like, I don't feel like you have to take away from people. But it's also, it's also like, and then it ends with like, in many cases, forgiveness or finding constructive ways to address the harm done can lead to healthier outcomes. And like you said before, like feeling good about yourself and focusing on yourself, so it exudes from the inside out, so, and that also equals peace. Yeah,
absolutely. I feel like, what's that saying that says like wanting revenge or like wishing ill on somebody or something like that is like having poison but you drinking it instead?
Yes, yeah.
Or something like that. Like, I feel like holding all of that is just so not healthy. It's not healthy. It's not good for you. It's not good for your life. It's not good for the people around you. It will consume you. You will miss out on great opportunities to just be happy and to just be in the moment and enjoy your life because you're so consumed with like this negative feelings towards somebody else, right? However,
say what you need to say.
However, when you have that moment and you walk by someone or you see something and you're like, justice has been served to some extent, you kind of just go like, okay,
thank
Lord.
you, universe.
Exactly. Okay, Lord, I see you. Well,
thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Super Secret Bestie Club podcast. Curly, how can everyone find you on social media?
You can find me at The Curly V Show on Instagram and TikTok. Maya, where can people find you?
You can find me at Maya in the Moment, MAYA, anywhere where you get your podcasts. Thank you so much. Love you.
Yay.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button to hear more episodes every single week. The Super Secret Bestie Club podcast is a production of Sonoro in partnership with iHeartRadio's My Cultura podcast network.
For more podcasts from iHeart, visit the iHeart Radio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.